Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about the Married at First Sight After Party from season 17, episode 22.
Listen here, man. It seemed like the after party is where we would get the most information at. It's a shame they hired all these cameras, all these producers, all these writers and things of that nature. They got experts, they got contestants, but we only get the truth after the fact, in real time.
Right.
Blair, walk us through this after party.
So on the after party with Miss Keshia Knight Pulliam, we've got Cameron, Chloe, and Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently Claire texted Cameron about his birthday.
Yeah.
But the issue for Cameron was that he had another surgery a couple weeks before the birthday. And so she was texting him for his birthday, but not even really trying to check on him to see if he was really okay. Basically, he didn't feel like it was a genuine conversation or any type of check-in that she was trying to do. More so, she just wants to tell me it's my birthday and wants me to respond.
Basically for the camera.
Yeah.
Basically playing it up as if like, you know, I've been reaching out to him. And, you know, I guess it's really over. Where he's like, I ain't hear nothing from you throughout this whole time. Cam, I don't think he's expecting to hear something from her. But, hey, listen here. I'm tired of both of y'all. Go ahead.
Well, we flash back to last week's after party where Becca confirmed that Emily cheated on Brennan. And Brennan says that he never brought it up because he and Emily agreed that they'd never speak bad about each other on camera. Emily admitted to all the ladies that she cheated, and he felt that the double date situation was being used to remove the spotlight off of Emily to make it look like he had done something wrong.
What are your thoughts about that, Blair?
I don't even know if that's true. I mean, it's possible that Claire could have had that intention, but even Claire, when Cameron was saying, Claire said, you know, if we mess with them and it comes out that she cheated, then cheaters get what they deserve. So I just think Claire is just running amok in the castle. So I don't know if the intention was to misplace the spotlight, but I think it was just to cause chaos for other people. I don't know.
I don't know how you feel about Brennan's explanation, because this is his first time speaking since we heard everything from last week. About him saying the reason why I ain't saying anything because we both agreed that we won't make each other look bad on camera.
I don't know. I'm at this point, I'm very uninterested in Brennan. And what he's saying, like, it's pretty much, to me, it sounds like he didn't care that she cheated because he wasn't into her anyway. So it just didn't seem like it was a big deal to him because it's not like he was feeling her at all.
Yeah. So I was expecting Brennan, like, this was Brennan's opportunity, in my opinion, to definitely flip the tables. To basically be on some, I really did like Emily. Yeah. You know, I really did care for her. I even loved her, but she broke my heart. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he seemed uninterested in the information that was interested to us last week.
No, he's just like, yeah, whatever.
Like, yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? We made a promise.
Y'all try to make me look bad, but I mean, whatever.
But we made a pact that we ain't going to talk bad about each other on camera. And I'm like, If when was that pact created is where I want to know. Was it created before or was it created after? Because I think that matters too. Yeah. Right? Because if, let's say Emily was the one who cheated and then she was the one that quote unquote came up with the, like, don't tell nobody, and he's just honoring it, I can see how he can just be like, you know what, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I don't like you. But one thing I did not understand from Brennan's perspective, and I actually don't know if you go touch on it, is he was talking as if, like, yeah, me and Emily, we was building a friendship. We was doing all this. We was doing all that. And then, like, you know, it just happened. I'm just like, I don't know. Well, y'all building a friendship after you told her you didn't want to get with her? You get what I'm saying? Like all of it matters. Even though we got the information, I need to know the timeline of when it happened. What was the cause of this thing happening, if there is one, you know?
Yeah. Well, we touched about how Emily was called negative by Brennan. Yeah. And he said that he did vocalize to her that he felt she was being negative from the very beginning. Yeah. And it wasn't until he said that it was a red flag that she actually was upset about it. He feels that everything is just very dramatic with her. She was crying a lot, and he just feels like it's just all for the cameras, essentially.
Your thoughts?
I mean, I hear Brennan, but I don't necessarily agree. I think Emily did feel hurt and saddened. I don't necessarily know if it was because of Brennan or because she wanted to be married, but I think everything she feels is how she feels. She seems very sincere. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about sincere, because when I did that episode Solo Dolo with Blair Bear, and it was the time where I read the vows.
Okay.
That stands out to me of her being a little comfortable, because I think what happens is we saw her uncomfortable all the time with Brennan because of how the house was, of how the tension was. So that kind of give us some type of false look into how she really is. But when she was with her girls outside the wedding and things like that, and she said, you know, those vows was really vanilla. And I was like, that didn't have to be said. Because even Lauren was like, wow, Emily, like, what's, like, wow. Like,
but I think both can be true. I think she can be mean, and I think she can also be sincere and feeling bad about things that Brennan has said to her.
Yeah, but I'm not questioning her sincerity. I'm questioning if she's a negative person.
Okay.
And if someone is just out here throwing out that, oh, those vows was weak or those vows was vanilla, just using that as an example of negativity, I don't really understand. I'm trying to here's the battle that I have with the after party, and maybe y'all can help me in the comments. The Emily that I see on the show is a different Emily than I see in the after party.
Yeah, she's a lot like more angry and stuff.
So that's why I'm like, it's the Emily that we see on the after party, right? Is that the real Emily? Because this is not produced. You get what I'm saying? The after party and things like that.
I think for me, it's just that I feel like people are multifaceted. So
Okay.
I think that it could all be her. I don't feel like I get a wall up the same way I do with Brennan or even Chloe, for the matter of the fact, where I feel that wall. I don't get that with Emily. Like, part of me feels like you kind of get you see what you get, if that's the right way to say it. You get what you see. And so even when it came to her being angry and upset, I think sometimes watching things back can get you even more heightened, you know? Okay. So I don't know. But my thing is, I don't know her, so I don't know how she really is. But I think she can be all those things. I mean, she's got a friend who's willing to go backpacking with her to Maui and Vietnam and stay in a room with her. So I'm just saying she must be decent. Sometimes to be around somebody that many weeks.
Birds of a feather flock together. Maybe she negative too.
True, that's possible.
I don't know, but I think I need more information. Listen, Brennan, this was your time.
Okay.
Especially after the episode that we got.
He doesn't care
that night. He should have give us something specific. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These big vague things. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Cameron says that because we're talking about Chloe and Cameron's relationship.
Yeah, they moved on to.
Cameron says that Michael isn't doing a good job of formulating what he's thinking, and he kind of finds it odd because Michael can say all these other things, but when it comes to approaching Chloe about these issues or hangups, he's not voicing or communicating clearly. And Chloe said that there was a lack of intentionality from the start when it came to, I guess, the nature of their relationship. And Keshia made it plain and clear. She said, you both knew it was married at first sight.
Come on.
But you didn't know the process of what it would look like. She gave her that amount of bail, that you didn't know how you would come together, how your lives would be. But it was very intentional that you both signed this on this dotted line to be married.
Blair. What season is this? This is season 17, right?
I don't even remember. Is that what I said? 17. Yeah.
I think it's 17, right?
Yeah. It is.
Is it possible that someone signed up for the show, or at least Chloe signed up for the show, not knowing what the show is at all?
It's possible, but I don't believe it.
Is it probable? I guess.
No.
So I find it very hard to believe that a process like this that is so extreme that they don't have it all written down in their syllabus. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or what to expect whenever you are getting into this process. They have to. Because there going to be cameras. I'm sure there's got to be waivers that got to be signed and things of that nature. I'm sure work and things of that nature got to be included because they're going on a honeymoon. There's going to be a wedding. So I find it very hard to believe that we are in season 17, not season 7, not season 1. That she has no idea what Married at First Sight is. And that she's coming in here, even though I understand that it's one thing watching it on TV and it's another thing going through it. But you have to at least you have the playbook of at least of what not to do.
Okay.
And the playbook of what not to do is to act like you're not. The worst thing you could do when you're married is act like you're not married. Mm-hmm. And that's what Chloe and Michael is doing. Now, one thing I would say about Michael is that the reason why he can't find the words to say when he normally finds the words to say is because he's not being honest of what he wants to do.
I agree.
He knows what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. And he knows he don't want to marry that girl. He knows that after, I don't know what happened after sex or whatever, he lost interest in the plan, I guess, when she shared her goals with the animal sanctuary, with the five behavior challenge teenagers and things of that nature. He gonna be living with a house full of strangers, basically.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people would sign up for that, especially if you just putting it on me less than 8 weeks. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? What did you think about that besides everything I just said?
Pretty much I agree with the fact that Michael's not being honest. That's why he's having a hard time finding words, because he's not saying what he really wants to say.
Exactly.
Keep saying he needs to navigate his feelings. Just tell her what you're going through. And listen,
it's not a ship. It's not a car. Your feelings is not none of those things. You ain't got to use words like navigate, okay?
And my thing is, I can understand when people go into the process saying they don't know what to expect, in the sense that they don't know the emotional and mental toll the process can have on them.
I agree
but
with
I
that.
feel like people don't always speak to the exact thing. They'll just go in saying, I didn't know what to expect, versus I didn't know I'd be tired all the time. I didn't know all these people around would really get on my nerves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I didn't know my partner was going to annoy me.
And that's probably what I'm addressing to, because they're not saying anything specific.
Yeah.
I'm just taking it as how do you not know? It's almost, I will say, this cast did something that we never seen before. So maybe even in 17 seasons, we will see stuff that we never see.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I find it very hard to accept that if you're going to do something as radical as this, that you're not expecting radical.
Yeah.
Like you gotta expect radical behavior because you're doing something radical. Yeah. And this is a radical thing to do. To marry someone you never seen, you don't know, you never spoke to. Not date. This is not a blind date. This is a legal thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how you don't expect to not like how they look?
Yeah.
You didn't choose how they look.
Right.
I'm expecting that if I get on Married at First Sight. How do you expect?
But they could be like, I know I might not find my exact match, but whoa, I did not expect to be grossed out. That's right. Like, it's just like, yeah, like I got a turn in my stomach. I wasn't expecting that to happen.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be the first one at the altar. Like, I can't do this. Take me off.
Like, I thought I would be able to handle it, but then my stomach started turning.
My man said, I'm done. Take me off. That's what I would do if I'm grossed out.
My thing with Chloe and her talking about the lack of intentionality, I really don't know what she means by that, because they both went in saying they wanted to be married and they wanted to make this marriage thing work. So and to the point that Michael did it twice. And so that's what I'm saying. So what is unintentional about what you guys were doing? I mean, I felt like they talked through a lot of things, and she even took a break and explained to him why she needed to take a break. And I thought they were being thoughtful and intentional in everything they were doing up front. Like, they got deeper than most people did in the beginning. So to me, I feel like she was trying to cop herself some bail, as far as, we weren't really, doing all the things that we should have been doing, or we weren't intentional with what our intentions were. And I'm just like, no, that's not what we saw. Yeah. That's not what we saw. Anyway, moving on.
Let's go.
So Brennan feels that he hurt himself trying to save Emily. Cameron thinks that bringing the off-camera conversations on camera could have possibly built a true marriage. There was a lot of confusion between Cameron and Claire's relationship because they had to keep track of what was on camera, what was off camera. Are you really into me? Are you not? To where things got blurred.
And Keshia even said it bluntly, lying.
Yes. And Cameron admitted, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, lying. So what? I don't know what the answer is, but some vetting process got to change, because now you got people out here doing this. He's basically admitting on camera that we had our wires crossed, because we was making up stories trying to basically sell something that wasn't true. You get what I'm saying? And if this is going to be the integrity of the show, it got to be defended. You got to vet these people a little bit better. And I understand that you can set up all these boundaries and all these standards, and people got to fall within
and
it.
They still lie.
Yeah, they still go lie. And maybe this is just like once in a lifetime, a blue moon, because I don't think there's a lot of Claires that we go get on camera. I hope not. You get what I'm saying? But I find it very interesting that for him to admit this on camera, that means that whatever him and Claire had was completely rotten. Yeah. Because he's not even taking blame away from himself. Mm-hmm. He's like, yeah, me and Claire, we was having a hard time trying to like remember our stories. Yeah. And I'm like, that's crazy.
But then that makes me think to a bigger idea of like, can this show continue on, like, period at all? Because
you mean like end it?
I'm just saying, because if this show has been on for this long, to the point where people want to be on television, people want to have fame, people want to get casted, and kind of similar to Love is Blind, where people were coming on with not the best intentions. Yeah. And is it just this nature of this fame beast reality TV show, influencer thing that maybe it can be harder to find true people who are in it for good intentions? Yeah. And maybe also the fact that people know what gets played, what gets camera time, what conflicts might get arise, that maybe people are going to take more of I'm going to produce myself so that way I know how I want to be seen on camera, versus reality shows back in the early 2000s where people were just being raw and real.
Yeah, because reality TV was still kind of like
it fresh. Was new. So I'm just saying, is just the landscape of reality TV changing because of people's fame hunger or whatever?
I'm about to say, like, getting famous off of being on Married at First Sight, I don't know what that does for you. Besides get you interviews with other people that review the show. Like, I personally don't know what it does, so I can't speak to it. But maybe they do need to pick up the concept of Big Brother as you were speaking to me off camera and things like that. Basically, like, maybe we need a 24-hour camera.
Yeah, like a live feed.
A live feed to where y'all never take off y'all mics. You get what I'm saying? Because y'all got too much free time on y'all hand that y'all can basically create a show within the show. Yeah. There's 3 shows going on right here. We got Married at First Sight, we got Married at First Sight off camera, and then we got the After Party. Yeah. 3 shows. It makes no sense.
Well, Cameron thought, looking back to when the guys and girls were against each other at the pizza party, he felt it was strange because all of the girls had beef with each of the individual men. Yeah. And he's saying, why couldn't each person talk to their partner and work their own issues out instead of this gang mentality?
Listen here. It just is what it is. I think that's one thing that fell short. But listen here. In order for somebody was the leader that basically gathered everybody up together and basically executed what happened this season. But in order for a leader to be a leader, there have to be followers. Yeah. A leader can't lead without followers. So whoever put themselves up to say we should do this, you don't have to follow along with that. They followed.
But I also think the negative thing is having single people around all these married people.
That is
true.
You
are poisoning the well.
That's true. So basically,
that's why we need to get people who are no longer together, who said divorced or separated, away from these married couples. Because I mean, Claire's over here gathering information and feeding it to people, like
and then lying.
Yeah.
So okay. Let's do this in less than 5 minutes, in less than 2 minutes actually, right? So since we know this is on TV, we should not hide the fact that it's on TV. Yeah. Like, basically, like, lean into it. Like, this is a show that's for TV. Number 2, I think, to your point, if you can't stay married, we are bringing another couple in. Or something like that. Like you can't be on the show. Yeah. And I know that seems kind of hard to do because this is a season where nobody gets married.
And they really wouldn't have content. I mean, these past 2 episodes, we were just hanging out as friends.
and guess what? I don't mind y'all. You get what I'm saying? I don't mind talking to y'all. But I'm just saying, like, we had too many scenes where it was Chloe talking to a group of single women, men, Michael hanging out with single men and things like that, and it defeats the purpose of the show.
And they're supposed to be around each other to support each other in marriage.
Exactly.
Instead of convincing each other like, your man sucks too, girl. Exactly. Or like, leave her, Michael.
So like, something needs to change to where, I don't know what it is. In the comments below, this is where I put y'all to work. You get what I'm saying? We talk for 20 minutes straight. In the comments, you are the producer of the show. Now this is Married at First Sight comment section. What would y'all do to basically fix this show so that you will like what you're seeing? If you like what you're seeing, then don't fix it then.
Yeah.
Just leave a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? But if you was to fix this show based on what we've seen this season, what would you do? Tell us in detail. We're not going to take it and send it in and I'm
going to send it to the producers.
And claim it for ourselves.
And I'm going to tell them you did it. No,
you see what I'm saying? Right? But let us know so we can have a conversation. The video doesn't end when we stop talking. It ends when y'all stop commenting. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, like the video, share, subscribe, all the above. Anything else?
Join the discussion. Yep.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay. Y'all be good.
Bye.
Bye.